Yo, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Chris Classic. Tomorrow, True Privilege Wrestling, the showdown goes down in Maywood. I believe doors open at 6, showtime at 7. C3ultimatewrestling.com. Also, I'm going live tonight. Tony, you good? You good, Tony? Do you need some help? Blink twice. Or hug a wrestler that you just signed if you need help. Bruh, look. It's a lot of stuff that's going on in that company. And let me tell you this, before I go in and say anything else, there's always a lot going on in wrestling companies. And even me, as a wrestler, promoter, booker, co-owner, and everything like that, we ain't been that knee-deep in stuff. But there's always been issues, whether it be cancellations, wrestlers can't make it, COVID, somebody don't like somebody, like that kind of stuff, that just comes with the territory. You know, you gotta work with it and stuff. So Tony, what is it, like 3-4 years since he started? This stuff happens, and if he continues to grow, more of it will happen. You know, ego, fight. Sometimes plans do change. You know, I try my best not to do that. If you said something to somebody and then you wind up changing it, and you probably change it for the benefit of your company or for somebody else. You know, this is why it's very dangerous to be friends with people or give people a lot of freedom in the company. Man, it's so much stuff with this week, and some of it is considered rumors, and some of it is considered true. But I'm just saying, before I give my opinions on this stuff, a lot of this stuff happens everywhere. We got Sammy went to a freaking website, media coverage, saying that he got into a spat with Eddie Kingston because Eddie Kingston was called fat, or he called him fat, over something that Sammy told him not to say. Y'all saying, I don't think I believe a lot of it, but I do believe that it is beef with Britt and Thunder Rosa, but I don't think to the point where Thunder Rosa's hiding. They're saying, like, some people are saying the injury isn't legit. They're saying Jamie Hayter doesn't like Thunder Rosa. The situation with Punk and the other guys, a lot of the people are saying they don't like Punk or Punk don't like them. And, you know, it's just a lot. And to be honest, I don't think it's something that'll, like, jeopardize the company. You just got to do damage control. You know, this is why it's dangerous to have a lot of your business out there in social media. It's bad enough that people try to look through every nook and cranny that you even try to have a rumor thing. But now, on a Sammy situation, you know, that should have just been speculation. We shouldn't have known that. And, you know, Eddie owned up to it. And, you know, as a man, you know, good job. You know, some places you would have got fired. But, you know, AEW does suspension. I remember the situation with Sammy, what he said he wants to do to Sasha. And, you know, they got suspended. You know, some people get suspended. You know, I don't think they're that legit, in my opinion, but it is what it is. You know, that's a big thing to say. So, like I said, you know, a lot of people know that Tony is friends with some of these people, and some of these people are using Tony. And I'm sure people are in their ear telling this man that people use them and stuff. You know, this is what happens when, you know, sometimes wrestlers shouldn't be VPs and all of that stuff. Now, the situation with Punk, I can kind of see a beef with Page and with the other guys and stuff, because as you see, a lot of these guys are talking more. Some of them are talking under code after AEW shows go off. So if you do watch it on YouTube, you do see that, you know, you can't pick up hints. Even Cornette picked up hints. And, you know, I've said it on Facebook. You're not going to like everybody you work with, even at your job, even in wrestling companies and stuff like that. But the thing is, it's called professional wrestling. And my problem or issue is that a lot of these people, they don't want to be professional, because most of these people want to give a scoop. You want followers. You want people to support you, regardless if you're right or wrong. Like I said with the Sasha and Naomi thing, I'm like, all right, cool with them. And you know, would I have done it different? Maybe, you know, but that's how they wanted to do it. And there's just a lot of things. Even wrestlers said, like, they quit and they shouldn't have quit. You know, Stone Cold. So stuff happens, but at the same time, like, it's just a lot, y'all. You know, it was bad enough. People have already said that Thunder Rosa was stiff and stuff like that, and I remember, like, Thunder Rosa having issues with Evilise and stuff. So with Thunder was very, very popular. And this is the thing with wrestling that I do hate. I hate when somebody decide, I don't want to say hate, I dislike when people decide if they're sick of somebody's title reign, they're sick of somebody being successful, they was never over. Like, you can't lie like that. You know, Thunder was on Dark a lot. And then I remember Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, she had got on Thunder for being on Dark a lot. And people forget that Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, was also on Dark a lot. So it's like, that promotion, that little show that Booker T said was a demotion and people got mad. But then the AEW wrestlers can use it. Anyway, I'm going off topic. Take a breath. So, they've been feuding for so long, and sometimes you be around somebody so long, you start seeing habits you don't like. Oh, you cool with this person, so you get this and you get that and stuff like that. Sometimes you just got to roll with the punches, and sometimes you got to punch back. And sometimes you just got to ignore it, The thing with Jamie Hayter and stuff. See, this is the thing. Seth Rollins went through it too when, Finn got hurt with his shoulder. Cena had a broken nose, and I believe it was something else that happened. And then as soon as those happened, I don't want to say fairly quick, but they're around the same, close, maybe a year apart, a few months apart, and people were saying he's unsafe. So with Thunder, there's always been some kind of beef with Evilise. Evilise said some stuff, and then there were certain things with, what's her name, Marina Shafir, and then when people got on that, Thunder Rosa owned up to it and went to her like Instagram and social media and said that she broke bread and had like a picture. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna butcher it. Basically, a piece of bakery breaking bread, and then they're saying a few things about her sandbagging and being stiff and stuff like that. And this kind of stuff happens. Now, I'm not sitting here saying I'm defending Thunder Rosa because I don't know Thunder Rosa. I don't know any of these people. Like I said, I'm from the outside looking in. I don't have no source. I don't have nobody telling me, hey, Chris, this, that. Ain't nobody. I'm just from the outside looking in. And I've said this even when AEW started, that eventually egos start coming in. People ain't going to like nobody. And fights could possibly happen. If it happened in WWE, if it happened in WCW, if it happened in Impact, if it happened at all these other companies, it was going to happen at AEW. Okay, cool. You want to consider it an alternative and people have fun. Everybody doesn't have fun. Egos. Sometimes people get tired. Mental health, depression, that stuff happens. I'm going to say it like this. You got so many people that wrestle for Dark or wrestle for AEW for years and they ain't got signed yet. They was on Dark for a long time and stuff like that. And they didn't get signed yet. But all of a sudden, other people just randomly show up and they got signed. For example, no diss to Baron Black. Shout out to him and everything he do. He's like one of the first guys to come to mind. Colin King, she comes to mind too. A lot of these wrestlers, they were there for a long time, and they celebrated Baron Black's first victory on Dark not too long ago. But then Parker Boudreaux, who had some steam and WWE residue on him, and the Trustbusters and stuff, they got signed. But they got contracts. Well, I know Parker does. I can't speak for Trustbusters. So, like I said, congrats to Parker or whatever like that. But, that kind of stuff stings. That stuff does sting. As from a wrestler and something, not even talking about Sting the wrestler, shout out to him. That kind of stuff does sting. They'll be like, well, dang, is it even worth doing this stuff, putting people over? Because I'll tell you now, you got a lot of wrestlers that wrestle for Dark that is a lot better than some of the wrestlers that's on TV. The issue is when it's popularity or when somebody is popular somewhere, people cater to that. People want to deal with that because they want to make money. And that's another issue. Y'all, not all y'all, but some of y'all need to realize that for them to say it's a different company, it's kind of the same. You want ratings. You want people to talk about it. That the Gresham situation. Claudio winning and considered a world title. I personally don't consider ROH. I don't consider it a world title. You can say it's a title. I know it has meaning and value and stuff to help even just independent wrestling outside of Chicago. But at the same time, come on now, if you wanted him to be a world champion, give him the AEW title and stuff like that. I don't want to say that the RH titles are illegitimate, but compared to AEW and what they're doing, you can tell that it's the second or third fiddle if you want to say it. Some people were saying, oh, well, AEW's going to be different. And they are different in certain aspects. It's true. They're different in certain aspects in wrestling. I'm not gonna sit here and say they're the same, but they do the same tactics as WWE do. They want ratings. They want money. You're going to shell out a lot of money to have exclusive wrestlers and stuff like that. You're going to de-push somebody out of nowhere. You're going to push this person. You're going to pander because of somebody's color or orientation. Sonny Kiss. Come on, man. Like this is the most Sonny Kiss has gotten in a while with TV time and stuff. And then when it was June, they did the Pride thing, and that was it. That was it. You started seeing Sonny again. And then, but when you remember, like, the press conferences that AEW was doing, Sonny was heavily featured with a lot of other these guys that were considered mainstays and stuff like that. I'm just saying. It's all tactics and stuff like that. But eventually, people get mad, people get rubbed the wrong way, and people want out of their contract. And that's what happened. And some people are saying, oh, well, these people contract didn't get extended. That's better than getting released. That's still a loss of a job and income. You know, some people probably were under the impression that they were going to be signed again, or the contract was going to be extended. So that's what I'm just saying. It's just like, I'm not sitting here saying like I'm harping on AEW, because WWE still got a lot of problems. Even though it's the Triple H era and stuff like that, a lot of people are rejoicing. You know, they got some problems. And then when they was doing good, even if being under the Vince era, I gave props. I was like, some of their pay-per-views was on point. Excuse me, I gotta pray. I keep talking. Let's see. Hope y'all having a good day. God bless y'all. But yeah, you can't just assume everything is gonna be good. You know, when our company is growing slowly but surely, and surely but surely, and longly, and all that. I just made that up. But at the same time, eventually people will be like, oh, well, he's doing this and he's doing that. I've been in independent companies where people push their best friends. Now, me, I'm friends with everybody. I pray for everybody. I love everybody. You know, I talk to people. I try to make sure everything is all right. So, but some people have friends that don't know how to wrestle, don't know how to work, don't know how to do nothing. They put them over guys who do know how to wrestle and work, because these people who do know how to work, and make these people do good. So, but I'm just saying, with the Eddie thing, the Punk thing, like I said, honestly, with the Punk thing, I talked about this yesterday. They could have did that at All Out if Punk wasn't even healed all the way. I think it's ego. I think it's a whole bunch of other stuff. You know, I'm not big on Moxley, but you know, maybe this is Punk taking a break, as he should, and maybe, you know, the joke to me is at least Punk put over a younger talent. If you consider Moxley a younger talent. But, you know, I'm not big on Mox. But like I said, you know, maybe, you know, people are speculating a heel turn. I think it's some ego. I think Punk came back too early as well. A foot injury, you know. He does springboards. He jumps, you know, that stuff does a lot of wear and tear on your foot. You get what I'm saying? But this could have been saved for All Out. I would have had people pay for this if I was going to do it. I'm not going to sit here and say I would do it, but at the same time, is where I definitely would have had. I wouldn't have had this on free TV. I can't wait for Jim Cornette to talk about this. But yeah, like I said, drama, fights, that stuff is in newer companies and stuff like that. You know, with Tony need help. Hey, and that's what it is. I'm about to clock into work. I wanted to talk about this for a little bit longer than I expected. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Have a great day. Be a blessing. You are a blessing. I love you. God loves you. Christ loves you. This is Chris Classic. Let's take it home.